Hey YouTube, this is Virginia, and I've got a few things I wanted to throw out there and see what you thought about it. There was a discussion not too very long ago about informed decisions, and I have some thoughts on that I wanted to throw out to you. I am one of those kind of people, I know I've said it in my videos before, that I research and I study and do all kinds of stuff before I embark on a new journey, shall I say. That being said, here's a few things I want to throw out there, and I would love it if other weight loss surgery patients, post-surgical patients, would join in and let's have a good discussion on this. I am discovering things about myself, about my body, about diet, exercise, nutrition that I thought I knew and I may have known, but it didn't sink in the way it's sinking now. In my past, I've done probably just about every diet you could think of. I've exercised. I've, just like everyone else, have done it all. But I can honestly say that I've not done it all altogether for a long period of time. When you have the gastric bypass surgery or any of these surgeries, it's for life. It's not going to be something you feel like doing for 2 or 3 or 4 months and then decide not to do it anymore. Or you're not losing quick enough, so you give up. Or you just don't feel like getting out of bed in the morning to go exercise, and you don't. With the gastric bypass surgery, it's done. It's over and finished with, and there's no going back. I'm sure you can have it reversed, but, God only knows what all that would entail and why. I have no idea why you would do such a thing. But what I'm getting at is there is something in the back of my head, or was something in the back of my head, that thought I wouldn't have to diet anymore. And I think the last time I shared some really serious thoughts with you guys is when I discovered I needed to really watch my carbohydrate intake. And it was very disturbing because I didn't think I was going to have to watch my carbohydrate intake. With the gastric bypass surgery and the whole dumping thing, you got to be careful with the sugar content, how much sugar is going in, how many carbohydrates you're consuming because of that. But I wouldn't have thought I had to watch it because of the dieting end of it and the losing weight end of it. Got to watch how many fats you're consuming because, again, you can dump on fats. So now I'm paying attention to my carbohydrates, I'm paying attention to my sugars, paying attention to my fat, and certainly I'm paying attention to my proteins. Good Lord, who would have known prior to the surgery that after the surgery I would be dieting and paying attention to nutrition more than I ever have in my life? Could I have done this without the surgery? No, I don't think so. Only because, and I've mentioned this before, it puts us people that have had a weight problem all our life on an even playing field with people that don't have issues with losing weight. But how many of us are having the surgery, certainly with comorbidities, that if they had put forth the energy and effort that we're putting forth now, could they have done it without the surgery? I don't know. And I'm sure there's been studies on it. I'm sure if I search the internet I could find something on it. But what I guess I'm getting at is how many of us that have had the surgery now and are at least 4 or 5 months out is the light bulb going off? How many of us are really dieting and exercising when we didn't think we would have to? Now, don't get me wrong, I know we all had to watch what we eat and, so forth and so on. But I honestly did not think that I would have to be dieting and exercising to this degree. So any pre-op surgery patients that are watching this, my advice to you is for a minimum of 30 days. 30 days goes by just like that. Just blink of an eye, it's over with. Put forth 1,000% into dieting and exercise for 30 days and see what happens. See how much you lose, see how you feel, see if you can do it without the surgery. If you can, I would give it another 30 days and another 30 days just to see if you can do it without the surgery, because if you can, heck, do it. There's no reason to go into the surgery if you really don't need to. If you can lower your cholesterol, get rid of your diabetes, lose the weight, your hypertension, all that kind of stuff without the surgery, and diet and exercise alone, guess what? After the surgery, the only thing that is going to help or be different is your appetite. And I know a lot of RNY people, a lot of gastric sleeve people, so forth and so on, that are having issues with their appetite as well. It's hard. This is very, very difficult. And I really recommend give it 30 days and give it 1,000% diet and exercise and see what happens before you take the plunge into the surgery. And please don't misunderstand me. The surgery was awesome for me. I love it. It's helped my appetite a great deal. It put me on an even playing field. But you know what? I exercise. I do my 10,000 steps a day. I watch everything that goes in my mouth. It's a chore. And it's a lifetime chore. And I will never be able to say, oh, forget it. I don't feel like it today. I can't have that piece of cake. I have to be really careful. So I would like to hear from other gastric bypass people. When was your wake-up call? Have you had a wake-up call yet? Do you realize now that you have to diet and exercise more than you ever did? I'd really like to hear from you. So give me some comments, some video comments, some responses, text messages, anything. I would really like to start a good discussion on how you're dealing with your new life, and are you exercising and dieting more now than you ever have in your life? Not regretting it, and I'm feeling great, but I just would like to hear from the rest of you. So let me know. Bye-bye.